This is not good. Hello, everybody. Everything is breaking right now, which I was kind of hoping wouldn't happen this stream. I know why. It's because I'm stupid, but I hope all of you are having a good one. Literally, my keypad script I accidentally shut down, and then my music player broke. Everything at the same time here. Wait. There we go. Okay, now it's up and running. Let's get the music running once again. Hopefully that'll start in a second. Yep, cool. And we're just gonna head over here because I have a little surprise for you guys. There's a crow hanging out at the bird feeder, so we have a live crow cam this stream. Nothing really to report on. You know, we're already here ready to warm up. So without any further ado, let's also get my music up and running. There we go. I edited some of my mic settings, so we'll be watching that. But without any further ado, should I put the text back in there? Nah. No, I'll put it in there before we get started. Just kidding, I deleted it. Here, wait, let me add in the text again. Oh, it remembered some of the stuff from last time. Nice. Does it seem lower? Did one of the birds mess with it? I think they probably did. Anyways, cool. So without any further ado, guys, let's get to it. I like completely forgot all my binds for a second. That was embarrassing. So yeah, bit of a bumpy start, guys. I thought I was prepped for today's stream, but I just kind of killed every script I had. I don't want to make them run headless. What I think I'll do is I'll make like a script that all other programs like output to. I think that'd be the best course of action. Who knows? Yeah, pretty decent day. I got some work done. I actually was like highly productive today. The big kick in the head though was I realized like literally 10 minutes ago that I forgot to turn in an assignment 4 days ago. It was a very small assignment, hence why I forgot it. But I forgot it nonetheless, and that upsets me deeply. So I'm not sure about you guys. I'd rather not miss assignments though. So I know, of course, I finished. If it was literally like a questionnaire, it was nothing, but it had points assigned to it. So today has been a good day for the birds. I added peanuts, which they are enjoying thoroughly. But yeah, the camera's all messed up. It should be pointed higher. So I'll fix that next stream, or once I'm done with the stream tonight. I have to run a power cord outside, and it keeps getting cut a little bit by my window. So I also want to figure out a way of getting the cord through there. I redid all of my audio last night, so we're going to be experiencing some issues, some hiccups. Ooh, that was decent line work. I've been drawing for the past like 2 hours. So I'm already a bit warmed up, but we still gotta warm up for boxes and cylinders and such, so there's not a reason not to. However, I have my microphone at a very strange angle. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it this way. No, we'll start from the outside in. Yikes. There we are. Yeah, my microphone isn't too much. Actually, no, it should be fine. I think I'm in the zone that I'd like it, but if I peak, please let me know. Also today I tried experimenting with new like fancier ballpoint pens other than my like 50 cent Bic, just like classical ballpoint pen. I don't like it. They bleed. They don't. Sure, they're darker, but it takes so much longer to dry. So I think I. It's weird to say, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the Bic. I mean, that sounds stupid. There's no reason not to though. I was thinking to myself, I'm a bit hesitant to like pick up ballpoint as a medium because I don't know why, but to me it feels like cheating. I work with a fine liner, and of course, while it's ink and you can't erase it, you get such a good control of value when it comes to ballpoint that I feel like I'm allowed to make mistakes or use like searching lines, and I don't think searching lines are inherently bad or anything, but compared to my like draw box where I have to be very methodical and forward thinking, I can be a little bit more loose and experimentative with a ballpoint, especially Bic. And it won't hurt me as much. In fact, what is this even called? It's called a round stick. I mean, yeah, that's perfect name for it, I guess. Not feeling this music. There we go. Feeling this one just a little bit more. Very bird themed stream. We'll see if we get lucky. I feel like the crows visit. I've actually been visited by a cardinal today, which I would rather it be crow exclusive, but I can accept a cardinal. Cardinals are very pretty, and they aren't too like territorial or anything from what I've seen, so they can have it. But yeah, crows usually they're coming a lot earlier in the day rather than like nighttime. Like the time they're here the most is around like 7:30 to 8:30. They hang around. They eat big breakfast, I guess. When I was in bed this morning, I kept like having a dream that I was checking my phone for bird notifications, and like nothing was there. So it's like, okay, I'll stay. And like I had one dream that like I fell asleep till 3 p.m. and then I woke up and it was 7:40, and I was like, okay, cool. Okay, that was somewhat dramatic. What is going on here? Something's bothering me a lot about this. Who knows? Yo, what's up, Delano? You are first, indeed. Doing pretty good. Chilling out. Nuked a lot of the. We had a rough start because I like nuked a lot of the stream settings, but we're back. Have birds come back at all? They have. Oh, plenty of times. Yeah. I should actually pull up the data. But yeah, we've had tons of bird visits. I know I like spam a lot about the birds in the Discord, but they're much more frequent than I even spam. Just as the stream started, we had a crow visit and steal some food. or take, I guess, because like I'm giving this to them for free. I'm hoping to see maybe another crow visit, a quick one, before it gets too dark. However, I think that was one of our only ones. We did have a crow visit during BRB last night, so maybe, just maybe, we'll have another one around that time. But I don't think crows are that consistent. I also realized I track, I have a Python program that detects them and tracks them. I didn't account for the fact that it's not tracking specifically crows, but all birds. And I wanted to track like how often I slept for so long. Do you think if you went out there and greeted them that they would let you? So plenty of times I've walked out there and they're just chilling up there and I say, "Hi, crow." And then it kind of like, it like grabs its food and then like goes to the tree right behind it where it's harder for me to see them and eats it on their own. So they tolerate humans, but one time, what I did today is I opened the blinds and just sat there, and they were a bit more fidgety, like a bit more nervous because I was just chilling there. But they still got their food, which is really good. They still feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, I'll try getting food. This human thing probably won't kill me. And some of them were just straight up watching me earlier. I was just chilling in my backyard with my dog, and they were just like in the trees. If you give them the food, that's definitely the plan. It's all about warming up to them first, though. Because like once they get used to me in the window, I'll start slowly opening the window, and then at some point I'll like toss food onto there. I have a whole system laid out. It's like contacting a different civilization, the crow civilization. Yikes. Doesn't this backfire when you move? That's the thing, is they've kind of gotten used to me moving. Oh, when I move, oh yeah, back to college, sorry. Yeah, my parents are going to feed them at that point. That's kind of the crux of this, but that's, it's like, I still would love to try to, interact with them, with what little time I have with them. And I will instruct my parents very, very strictly. I'm like, hey, it is imperative that maybe every, like, 2 to 3 days you set out some new peanuts. That's the whole reason why I mounted it to my window instead of the branch that you see over in the background. Is so my parents can refill the seed easily. The only issue that like irks me every time now is the power cable goes underneath the window, which it's been getting like kind of nicked, and I want to figure out how to either buy a new cable if it breaks, or how to securely put it under. And what I think is I'm just going to wrap it in electrical tape and not shut the windows hard. I think that's really the only solution that I can brew up. Also, does the mic sound different for you guys? Does it sound better or worse? I tried tweaking with it so my voice doesn't have as big as a fall off. And I can keep messing with it if you think like I'm like, if it sounds like I'm fading into the distance whenever I'm done talking or at the end of my sentence, let me know. I'll try to fix that. It bothered me enough last night that I was like, you know what? Redoing all the audio. You hear no difference. Frick. Hey, let's hope it's better than right. I peaked the mic right there more than I usually do, so. No swearing on stream. What the friggity frick? Also, you're getting a lot of points. Interesting. Is it just because you're a sub? Might be able to add back to the wheel soon. That is an interesting thing, is how often, like, I think, okay, I'll limit the wheel to 2 entries max per person, because I don't want it to be, like, unfair for everybody else. Or maybe 1. I think 1 is the most fair, right? What do you guys think? 1 or 2? I'm not sure. Oof, this song always does good. The cooldown is there until your previous drawing gets drawn. I don't necessarily know what that means. Okay, so yeah, one. Everyone gets one, and yeah. Okay, cool. The fact that the camera's like weirdly angled down. I'm telling you, it was probably the fledgling bird that did it. That bird has had all kinds of issues. It is such a menace. My friend named that bird Doornail. Doornail has just been such an issue. Not too happy with these ellipses. And that minor axis line just, oof, that's not great, but. In fact, I'm going to check the logs during BRB. Oh, I forgot to do pre-roll ads. I keep forgetting to do this, dude. Yipes. That means Baron gets more ads during BRB. This is huge. What have you been up to today, Bear? And same to you, Delano, but I know that you recently got back from work. Hope you had a great day at work. Frick, it's Friday. Also, yeah, I know it could have been 50% Friday today, but we're doing boxes before the promptathon, as it is. Work was better day. Heck yeah. Yikes. Oof. Some old pictures with mom. Ate lunch. Played game. Took the worst nap and now watching stream. Huge. Saw old pictures of mom. That's very awesome. Yeah, naps. I mean, you know me, I'm not a nap enjoyer, but oh, here, you know what? We don't have a lot of people. Do we want to start a prediction if a bird comes before nighttime happens? I feel like there's not enough people to make that prediction like profitable for you guys. Because if Bear and Delano both vote for a bird will appear on the stream, then they gain nothing and lose everything. Yes, you guys would have to vote opposite. So yeah, we'll hold off. We'll wait to it for it's a more popular stream. How would you guys feel about for the prompt-a-thon, we start the stream an hour earlier? So instead of 7:30 p.m. Central Time, we do 6:30. Would this spark joy? Oof. I would say so, yes. Huge. We're about to do a way out. I don't know what a way out is. A way out. Why does it sound familiar? Oh, is that the game? If so, crazy reference, and I respect you for it. If that's the Prison Break game. Oof. Video game. Honestly, crazy. I did get popular, but I feel like it's just totally underrated. I think it's a spectacular game. Not just story, but game. It looks so fun. I predict a bird will come. They've been loving. I put up peanuts today. They've been loving the peanuts. It's funny though, because like they can't carry that many, and so they're like trying to figure out because they don't want to eat them there. They go over to the tree and eat them. Cool, cool. Or no come. It's like the Luffy and Blackbeard. This pie is so awesome, I want to die. This pie is so awful, I want to die. Cool, cool. So, successful warm up. And like I said, I've been drawing for the past 2 hours. I'm already pretty warmed up. So, we're going to do our BRB. We're going to run 3 minutes of ads. I said I was going to do something. I can't remember what it is, so we're probably not going to do it. I think that's everything. So, be right back. It would be funny if a bird came during the ads again. Voice crack. Cool. I know Bear can't hear me, but I still think it's funny. What? You only got one ad? It says there's one remaining. I checked my phone and I got a notification. It was like bird cam. I was like, oh shoot. And it was from 30 minutes ago. Let me scroll through and see where the camera changed, or unless it was always like that. Yeah, it was always like that since like 8 a.m. today. What was the first bird detection? It was at 7:44. So not even, they aren't like on that 6 a.m. grind. I thought they'd be earlier, but I guess now that I have peanuts, I know I will be a frequent stop for them. Cool. Okay, there's 18 seconds of ads, and then we'll head to the cylinders. So excited. We have 50 left. Yeah, Delano, I was wrong. I thought we were at 200, but no. We were at 195. So we'll be at 200. Or we're at 200, and yeah. I'm tired of boxes. We're close. We're closer than we ever have been. But yeah. So let's head over here. Bird cam. What's the button again? It's this. Yeah. Cool. I believe too. I just believe it's a pain in the butt. Okay, cool. Well, let's get to it. So, how do you draw a cylinder? I'll show you. I'll show you not how to not draw a cylinder. How about that? So, I have a theory. And this theory is that I draw my boxes too big at the start of the page, or I suck at drawing small cylinders. That's my theory. I suck at drawing small cylinders. Let's test this theory by drawing a small cylinder. The confounding compounding variable is that the more I use the page, the more wrinkled and stuff it gets. So that could also be affecting my cylinders. But now we have a clean page, so we'll do a smaller one here and see if that affects it that way. If not, then we know it's not just the small cylinders, or maybe small cylinders are difficult for me, but it's primarily the fact that the more I use the page, the more rumpled and all that it gets. Cool. Am I dropping frames? I've dropped 1.5% of frames. I wonder when that happened. Probably when I nuked everything. Okay, cool. Yep. I'd say the only way I could feel more comfortable is if I did it on a flat table, but I'm trying to get used to a slanted surface, so it is what it is at this point. So let's draw it rotated to the left, 45 degrees. I'm just saying numbers. I'm going to try to aim it over there, but we'll see. Let's do medium degree. So let's aim for like, actually let's aim for like 60, maybe 50. Slightly turn to the left. It's gonna be smaller, so I don't want that much foreshortening. Just cause I don't think like size matters in terms of so okay. So if it's rotated 45 degrees, then in a one that's perfectly flat to us, these lines would be equal, right? But when we're rotating away, this gets shorter. And if it was at 0 degrees, that means we're completely facing it. So this line is ideally 2 times the length of this one, right? Is that how that works? I'm gonna guess that's how it works. What will the angle be between them then? I don't think the angle between them should matter. Because the angle between them just oh wait, no. Well, it won't necessarily matter for the length, but for the degree. Because now that we said, okay, this is unit 1, this is 2 units, the degree separating those two axes, or the angle, I should say, will affect the height of the top ellipse. And if the VPs remain in place, then that will change the degree. But if we change the VPs in accordance with the angle, then, because like if we have nearly isometric, oh no, if we have VPs at infinity, the degree can still only be so big. Because as this approaches 180, the infinitely far away isometric lines will also be parallel to that. So if we get to 180 degrees, or like very close to 180 degrees, then this line will be like right here, and this line will be up here. So like it's an ever getting smaller parallelogram. So as this interior angle between these two axes increases, the degree gets smaller, no matter what. I think that's the rule. We'll see how true that is. So game theory. I need to add a band-aid on the thumb of gravel because I just do that so much. I swear, I promise it's not a stylistic choice. Where did the whole like anime like band-aid on the nose thing? I feel like that was a trend for a while. This could just be me. But I feel like band-aid on the nose, definitely a stylistic choice, and definitely like, what are you getting? Are you getting cut right there? Maybe it's like to help you. Oh, crow! Crow moment, everybody, crow! Holy moly. Delano wins this one. 1 billion points to Delano. Look at him. Oh, scary. Oh, is this the fledgling? No, it isn't. I thought I saw about a bit of there's like pink on its beak. What is it doing? Don't you touch the camera. Okay, cool. Very scary. They don't like the metal grape. Design choice mostly for characters. Reckless and energetic. Got you. Oh, scary. Oh, Jesus. That was very scary. We're getting so distracted. That's a very scary plate. They do not like the plate whatsoever. Oh, we're back. Okay, come on, you got it. I moved the plate closer to them so they don't have to set on the metal grate because they don't like it. That's Delano the bird. Why are you freaking out so much, dude? Oh, are we gonna be able? He's holding one in their hand. I don't know how to tell male and female crows alike, so I should just say they. But oh, scary. Okay, these are very scary peanuts. Yeah, well, while the crow figures that out, let's figure out this ellipse. Kind of, it's an ellipse, right? We know we want the center point to ideally be about right here. We're gonna go smaller, right? Small. And we are rotated to the left. So we're gonna be, and we said 45 degrees. So if we know this is right here, and if this was equal in all ways, then it'd be 90, 90, 90. Oh, no. It's 360. So it's 120, yes. I wonder what they think when they pick that stuff up. I don't know. It's a good question. So that means this one is going to increase by the rate that this one decreases, so long as this remains the same. What is this dude yapping about? Food, grab food, grab, enhance, orange, eat orange, me, one orange, give orange, me orange. Give, eat orange. Oh, I just messed this all up. This is not going to be 90 degrees. So just shift it a little bit to the side. That's going to be fine. I don't want to put the seeds on the metal grate, but I guess I'll try to find maybe a mat, like a plastic mat, like almost like a cutting board, but like heavier, right? So it doesn't have the lip, because the lip really messes them up, and then they also don't trust the metal grate, I think because they can see straight through it, and so they're very weirded out that they can like stand on it and it won't give away. Seafood, get food, meat, or eat orange. I think that was probably the last one of the night, so I'm actually going to retire the bird cam, but I'm going to keep watching it. And if there's a new crow, I'll pop it on there. I also haven't seen the crows close enough, except for one, to tell the difference between them. I did not know though that you could see their pupils so well. Like the one that I got really close to today through my window. I didn't realize that it had brown eyes. Like it had straight up just brown eyes, like very dark brown, but it was brown. Or like, no, yeah. Oh, they figured out that I've been putting nitroglycerin in the peanuts, and this is the one tech to nullify it. Can you lie so that I can predict the next? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. What do you predict? Will there be another bird in this stream? Wait, I can't lie. Well, I said I'll show it, so I can't really lie. I could not show it, so you should bet that there will be no bird. Because then you're guaranteed. I can lie just by not showing the bird. I have been. This was not. I don't know why I was trying to be so ambitious. Streamer dishonesty. I've lied to you guys about everything. This is all AI generated. You see, like, I pull my hand, it has like 7 fingers, and like 2 of them are melded into each other. Maybe that wasn't even a bird we saw, it was just an AI generation. True, it's like crusty enough. It's crusty enough to be like AI generated. Except for the middle grade, even though like VO and stuff exists now, and that stuff's crazy. When I was drawing earlier, I anything for engagement. I was like in the background. This is gonna be a very small degree. That's the thing. This is actually perfect conversation like swap. I had Germa in the background with his white knuckle playthrough, and like I would look over every once in a while, and it would just make me upset. Like he made a joke where he was like, "Wow, watching this stream must be like watching a granny play." I'm like, yeah, kind of is. Okay, so this edge is too long. So if that edge is too long and I would like to shorten it, that means we need to move this up, as we talked about in last stream. It feels slightly better. Cover it helps me visualize it. If it was just a bit more up. Yeah, I think that's our the same straggler bird that stopped by during ad break BRB last night. I don't have the data from last night actually, because my system date time was off, so I just completely scrapped it. It was giving me bad data. Man, I want to watch the Game Grumps playthrough of A Way Out again. That's probably one of my favorite Game Grumps videos at the time. I think it was like the summer when it came out or something. It was like spring break in like high school or even maybe middle school. I don't know. I just remember it being a really good time in my life. Then I went to college and it sucked and I started streaming art. What the frick? Yikes. Fell off. I haven't even started. Let me fall on first, jeez. My heart jumped. Ooh. That feels mighty square. Maybe this slide's still a tiny bit too long. So what we can do is we can cheat a little bit. Right there. That's cheating right there. Today's leg day. Frick. Sorry. All the like the bad thing, or not even bad things, even though leg day isn't fun, come to me while I draw, and I get distracted. It's the intrusive thoughts. That's the best way to describe it. Do you not have off days? I do. Wednesday? Actually, no. Technically only Sunday, but I consider Wednesday and Saturday off days because I just do stretches and glutes those days. And that's kind of like, it's not really. I mean, glutes are hard, but I don't put my whole effort into it. Basically look at the hybrid calisthenics, the standard schedule. That's the one I use. It's chest and stomach on Monday. Upper body, like arms, or like pull. And legs on Tuesday. Then glutes and stretching on Wednesday. And then you repeat that again. So Thursday is chest and stomach. Friday is pull and legs. And Saturday is glutes and stretch. And then Sunday's off. But I consider it the Wednesday and Saturday off days because I don't go to the gym for those. Or like I don't go to the gym when I'm at home. I just work out at home because I have the equipment. But when I'm back at my apartment, I stay at my apartment and I just do those in my room. because it's really no equipment. It's very light, and it gives me a good excuse. Um, to like, I don't know, it makes me feel better. I would totally be cool going to the gym every day, but I do get a little bit obsessed with school, and it makes me feel better because like I don't have to go. I still get like a day to be lazy, even though I am technically still working out. Gives me a nice little win in that regard. I've been following something else. I only do 3 times. I gotcha. Yeah, and I mean, to each their own in terms of scheduling, right? Whatever works best for you and your schedule, what you do on those days. It's very, very different for each person. Because yeah, my gym sessions are relatively short. But I go 4 times a day and then 2 times at home, or four times a week and then 2 times at home, right? So I'm not doing that line. I don't want to do it from here though. Frick. Well, I'm not gonna let that deter me. Have you been having fun with your exercise journey so far, Bear? Any big revelations or lessons learned? Favorite things, least favorite things? Also, totally fine if you don't want to talk about it. That's completely fine. Been fun exercising to tunes. Music is the best part. In fact, I've had days where I forget my AirPods and I will not go. I will like turn around. I will be already swiped into the gym. I'll turn around to leave right as I get in there, get weird looks from the people at the desk, go all the way back to my apartment, get my headphones, and come back. It's that crucial. I refuse to listen to like the gym pop that they have going on in the gym. Whatever. Seeing how I'm getting slightly stronger. Heck yeah. Actually, I've been meaning to send some of my recent. I've never listened to Danny Brown before. Oh my god. I love Danny Brown. Danny Brown has such great music, not in just like, it sounds good, it's nice, good lyrics, whatever, but it's like technically impressive. I can't remember what song it is, but he does not respect time signature. Or like, it's just crazy. The thing I've been contemplating is nutrition, trying to get into a calorie deficit without becoming malnourished or lose weight too fast. Very, very responsible, very, very smart. 50% of it is working out, and 50% of it is in the kitchen, if not more. How we feed ourselves is so, so darn important for weight loss and health. So I'm glad that you're not only pursuing that very well, but taking the precaution of not doing unhealthfully, because it is very possible and even sometimes advertised to do things that are dangerous. Oof, yikes! What was I thinking? After stream, I'll put some of the music I've been listening to. Like I was gonna do it last night. I just completely lost track of time. Um, I'm not sure what kind of music you're into while working out. I'm into very, very loud things. Um, I don't have my phone near me because I put it away because I didn't want to get distracted with birds, but I would pull up the song. That seems really off, like crazy off. What? Hmm. I mean, I guess it's right. I'm not saying anything egregiously wrong, but that just whatever. We'll trust. He says. Spoiler: he's gonna regret saying this like 5 minutes later. No, 30 seconds later. Decent line. Oof. Very, no, not very parallel. I retract that statement. I'm vibing with this music. Is this a banjo or is it just like a string instrument? Like guitar? Banjo, heck yeah. Where'd my bird cam go? Oh no, a bird could have appeared and I didn't know. Just kidding, I have my app here, wait. Now just the one we saw 21 minutes ago. Cool. The bird detection system definitely isn't like the most complex thing I've ever programmed, but it's probably my favorite. I'm getting to that point in my career with programming where I can kind of just make whatever I want. And I ooh, yeah, I wanted to talk about this the other night. Looking, myself like 10 years ago when I first, not even 10 years ago. 10ish, 8 to 10 years ago. When I first started programming, or just doing computer stuff. For example, I'd be working in Unity and I didn't know how memory worked or like how to like dereference an object or something, something like that. You probably wouldn't do that in Unity, but like copy versus copy reference or whatever. Or pointer reference. What am I talking about, dude? Even though you didn't use pointers there, but you know what I mean, like copying an object versus referencing it was a huge issue for me back then, etc. But now, like, it's just a non-issue. And this isn't to brag or anything, but this is to bring up a very important topic, which is what it's like to be a beginner and why I think I failed most of my things as a beginner, and what I would have done as a little baby programmer, or should have done. And when something that was like too difficult happened, for example, I tried making something in Python, and I realized that you just can't do that, or like it's not advisable to do that in Python. There's not an existing library to do what you want. You'd have to do a lot of heavy lifting. I'd be like, okay, well, it's over. I don't know any other languages, and I don't know how computers work enough to be able to do this. An example of this applied today is the streamer pad. This went through 3 different languages. I first made it in Python. Actually, no, I first used some programs on my computer. It didn't work. I was like, okay, I'll make it myself with Python. Python didn't work. I made it in C#. I had a bunch of issues with Windows stuff, so I just switched to raw C++ and hope in a dream, and boom, it worked. As a beginner, I didn't have the resources to know what language would probably be best for that, and how a computer works, and at a lower level, how system I/O works. And so the difference between that and a beginner is I now have the systems in place to rapidly start these projects, right? Like if I were to switch from Python to C#, well, then I would need to learn, okay, well, how do I get a C# interpreter? How do I set up a project for C#? Same thing with C++, right? How do I compile? How do I do all this? That's now a known evil. So all I need to focus on is actually just implementing the project and learning the Windows API for system I/O and stuff like that. And then I tried applying that to art. And right now, the big thing with me in art is I don't necessarily know at all how to tackle some things. And so I just really, it's infeasible for me to start that. For example, I don't know how to do digital art. So if I couldn't do something traditionally, or it wouldn't be feasible, I couldn't move to digital. And another comparison is I don't know how to set up like a 3-point perspective grid off the top of my head, but a more skilled artist can boom, do it, start adding characters to the scene, and they know all the rules. They know how to use the horizon line to match certain body parts or objects in the scene. So I think that's what the difference between like a novice and like someone who has had the experience. Not to say that I'm an experienced, super awesome programmer. No, I'm still very much a baby learning, because I don't know how programming is done, professionally in many spaces. But I'm at a point where I can start making stuff that I like, and I hope to get to that same level with art. Not necessarily that I'm not making things that I like, but starting the project isn't the hardest part, or a hard part. Every drawing has its new issues and things you have to get used to, just as in programming. Every program has a different issue, whether it's human-made or just conceptually, right? The problem that you're solving. So I guess to sum all of it up, and like the major thought is, the more experienced individual does not need to spend half as much energy on startup. They don't have to spend as much energy pre-planning, studying the tools in order to do it, and then definitely not as much energy making errors along the way to learn, because it, right? This is so rectangular, it hurts. Oh, another part of that is, and this is just a subfacet, is that anything like a subtopic of it? I've established a workflow that works really well for me. And that's also why, starting a project is not a huge issue. Thinking of skipping promptathon to do your course? I don't know yet. What are the pros and cons? Promptathon gives you an opportunity to do pure 50%. You're not trying to learn or do anything excessive. You're just trying to do stuff at the best of your ability, and it's forcing you to learn on your own, right? To kind of like learn the things that a course never could teach you, and to develop yourself. Meanwhile, the course, well, not doesn't have the benefits of 50%. It definitely will help you learn more classically. So, pros, I start on course, I get cons, I get FOMO. Real. I'm gonna stop the bird cam. Bold. Do you think that could lead you to overexertion, or do you think that's well within your ability to do both at a capacity where you'll be learning, experimenting, and having the time to grow? Or do you think the pressure of both of those things will help meld you into a better artist? I don't know if there's totally a right answer. This is just what I would ask myself. Let me know if I'm being annoying with all those questions. From my personal experience, which I am not you, and you're totally allowed to disagree with me, whenever I've tried to do two things like that at once, I usually burn myself out pretty fast. But you're a different person than me, with different goals and different set of skills. We shall see. The quality of the promptathon will be very low, though. Not annoying. Gotcha. Yeah, if it were me in this situation, I would do promptathon first. I can learn at any time, ever, but I can only fully dedicate myself to this promptathon once. And every artist I've heard ever really tout the strength of 50% over putting your nose in the books. Ideally, with a perfect world, I would say is like I do the course before and then do promptathon, and I'll try to apply the things I learned in that course to the animation, or to the animation, to the 50%, to the promptathon. But sadly, life isn't that linear and direct. My original plab. I may be biased because I just love the promptathon a ton. But with the 50% rule, 50% is the mandatory. Typically, or go above 50% to 60, 70, 80, maybe not 100, but like 99. That's why all the artists say draw from life, draw from imagination. They don't say draw the textbook all the time. And hey, you could even like try to be bold during the promptathon, and explore things that are weird and unique. Find problem areas, and then hope the course can address those. I've been drawing a lot from imagination recently. Heck yeah. I have a lot of gravel drawings on the backlog that I want to work on. I'm pumping out and I'm glad. I'm not complaining about this. I'm pumping out more ideas than I'm making, which I'm okay with because like even if I was working 24/7, I wouldn't be able to catch up. But that just gives me like a bunch of little projects to work on. Gonna post one you're proud of? Heck yeah, do it. I'm gonna lurk in the Discord. Whoa. Whoa, 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 Bear, when did you do this? Holy moly, critique. Shoot. I like this idea a lot, Bear. This is good. Thank you for the critique. Holy. I didn't even see that. That makes a lot more sense. Frick. That's like perfect. I wouldn't call it critique. I just threw whatever felt right. Well, hey, that's great. I mean, yeah, it's critique, right? Because yours makes a lot more sense. You take into account the balance of it, and you use an actual reference, which I was neglecting. I have a bad habit of trying to avoid references. I just want to draw it. That's a great reference. And I think it qualifies as critique because you have a lot more experience, and so your ideas are a lot more well formed than mine, whether you realize it or not. And so the things that feel right naturally to you are just born of your experience and pre-existing knowledge of bird feet. Now I'm going to be in a pain trying to redraw it, but I'll survive. Yo! Someone's into Spider-Gwen mood. Oh, I don't want to have to redraw it, but I will because it looks so much better that way. I'll send it the update. Actually, I could. No, I'm not gonna show it on stream. The drawing I'm working on is somewhat ambitious. But we'll see if it actually comes to fruition. Ooh, good line. No new bird notifications. I think it's past the bird hour. I wonder how consistent crows will be. But I also have to take into account the cardinals out there, so I'm not sure if I'll edit the data or what. I could make a thing to the bot so I can like void certain recordings as they appear. Not sure if I want to do that though. Or I could even, for the bounding box that it creates, whenever it finds a bird, it can average the pixels, and if most of them are close to like a darker color, like black, which the crows are, then it'll count it as a crow. Also, to your critique statement, I wouldn't call it critique. It kind of reminded me of the Draftsman episode where I think they were talking about like good critique and bad critique, or like good sources and bad sources. And like Marshall brought up that like a lot of critique is opinionated, and he had to like catch himself sometimes because he was like, is the critique I'm providing something that's just like my way of doing it and is, very like stylized to me, or is it actually helpful to the person? Okay. Take a quick sip of water. I think we're actually going to call this stream earlier because we hit our 120, our mandatory 120 mark. But also like I said, I don't like rushing boxes and cylinders, and going overtime will just be a detriment. And it'll probably give me more time to work on the gravel drawing that I've been working on after stream, so win-win. I'll still be drawing, just not for you guys. Heck yeah. And that's great. It's hard because like sometimes you just have a gut feeling that it should be this way, and you don't know how to like make it intelligible or non-opinionated, but at the same time you feel like it'll make it better. You just don't have a basis for it. Or at least that happens to me quite a bit. Oof, didn't mean to make that big of a mark. I don't know why, but this song sounded like vocoded cats. Like, I don't know. They took like a whole gaggle of kittens and put a mic on them and like just ran it through a vocoder. Is it vocoder? Vocoder? Oh, bird. Bird? Bird moment? At this hour. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. Can I like show this without it showing my face? There we go. Is that my face? I don't know. It was the frickin' cardinal. Dang it. The cardinal looks so unassuming compared to I don't know, the crows. It's just so funny. The stark contrast. Like a bird that's literally like 8 times its size. Oh, this is a minor axis flip, methinks. Oh yeah, also, Bear, I'm not sure if you're into, and I'm not sure if Delano's here. Maybe. There we go. Oh wait, no, I missed it. Here, wait, okay. There we go. I should have saved it. Get auto modded. I forgot to mention, I'm not sure if Delano's here. Really, anybody. I'm not sure if you're into the Amazing Digital Circus, but the new episode just premiered. I watched it during the premiere. Very fun. Felt shorter, but it's probably because there's just a lot happening. I won't talk about it if you're worried about spoilers. It's not actually, no, it's a spoiler. Yes, it is. It is very good. Hmm. Yeah, I think I should get on that maybe. Heck yeah. I went into my room and suddenly found myself waking up. This sounds like a reference to something, but I don't get it. So yeah, it is not because the paper is all warped, it's because I suck at small boxes. I wake up to the sound. Seems I'm tired beyond reasoning. Ah. Sounds like something from Wattpad. It kind of did. Cool, cool. Okay. Oh, is it sticking? This is so freaking awesome. Where's my cap? There it is. So that was the box for today. Tiny box. But we did it. And we're gonna call it there. A little bit of earlier stream. I'm going to go work out and then draw gravel. Yeah. Nothing to really report on other than that. We're going to be drawing Saturday, Sunday, and then we won't be drawing or streaming Monday. And then we'll be returning Tuesday for the promptathon. So yeah. With that being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Thank you. Wait, let's stop this. Thank you, Bear and Delano. Anybody else who joined us, either right now, in the past, or in the future, watching the VOD for some odd reason, you weird VOD watchers. Yeah, thank you very much. So, I think I need like a to-do list every stream of stuff to go over, but I think that's everything. So once again, thank you all very much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.